Hi, I'm Suzi and welcome to Draw My Life. So first things first, and I started off as a baby. Obviously, this is me. I'm not sure why I look like a boy, but here I am. I was born on the 24th of July 1986, and I also have 3 other siblings, 2 older sisters and 1 older brother. Obviously, I'm the baby of the siblings. I was also named Susan. So when I was very small, my mother said that she didn't have time to look after me along with my other 3 siblings, so she gave me off to a foster family. So my foster family were English, and they also had 2 children of their own, 1 boy and 1 girl, and these quickly became my brothers and sisters, although I would question why I looked a little bit different from them all the time. Instead of calling me Suzanne, they liked to call me Suzi for some reason, and this is where I got my name Suzi from. So as a child, I remember that they really looked after me, and they would spoil me rotten, taking me to the seaside, eating lots of fish and chips, playing out every single night. I loved them so much, and to me they were my mummy and daddy. When I got a little bit older, maybe about 6 or 8 years old, my parents decided to take me back because they thought I was getting too attached to the English family, and they were afraid that one day I won't recognise them. Obviously, growing up with the English family, the immediate response when I got home was, who the hell are these guys? Obviously, my foster family were very unhappy, and they were also sad, and I knew that they cried. And also, when it came to Christmas on my birthday, I overheard my dad on the phone to them, telling them not to bring me any presents because they were not allowed to see me anymore. I never saw them again. Obviously, it took me a long time to adjust to my new family, which were Chinese, and I just said to them, I hate you, and I would spend my days crying and not eating. Thinking back, that must have hurt my mum and dad a lot, but hey, I was young. And this is when I started to eat rice like a normal Chinese person. It's where I learned to use chopsticks, write and read Chinese, and yeah. It also meant I got to bond and play with my real brothers and sisters. So when I was younger, my parents worked a lot and we didn't really get to see them, and my earliest and most happiest moment is when my dad used to come and pick me and my sister up from school once a week, and he would take us to Toys R Us and ask us to pick anything we wanted. Obviously, me and my sister were very happy at the time, and I always went for a Barbie. Because my parents were Chinese and didn't speak much English, I found it hard because they couldn't help me with my homework, and at school I felt a little bit silly. I remember one time I asked a teacher what was a novel. I was probably about 10 years old, or maybe 11, and he turned around, looked at me as if I was stupid and said, "What the hell, why don't you know what a novel is?" And obviously that was a really sad moment in my life, and that was when I thought to myself, maybe I'm just stupid. I will never forget that moment, nor will I never forget that teacher. When I was in infant school, I remember my mum coming into my room every single morning to wake me up, trying to get me to go to school, and my idea was to tell her to have a nap with me or a snooze, and secretly I would hope that she falls asleep, and yes, no school for me. Although some people may think that I have the perfect life, my childhood was far from perfect. It was always filled with police, social workers and helicopters, especially when I was asleep at night. Obviously, I didn't really understand any of it, and I tried to block it out of my life, but one night I remember waking up, looking out the window, and there was a helicopter circling our house, and yeah, that wasn't very nice. When I was about 15 years old, I met a guy called Tommy, which you probably already know of, and we fell in love. Because I was blinded by love at the time, I failed the majority of my GCSEs, which obviously my parents were not too happy about. That just meant I had to work harder in college to achieve the grades. In 2006, I moved down to London to attend university. Obviously, I was very scared because I had never lived in London by myself or even travelled by myself. The happiest thing was that Tommy's hometown is London, so obviously it meant I would get to see him a lot more. I took a degree in fashion design, meaning I spent most of my course time sewing, making clothes and designing fashion. During the first week of university, I cried a hell of a lot, not only because I was homesick, but also because I felt lonely, and it got to the point where I actually wanted to quit and move back home. But then I met my lovely housemates who encouraged me to stay, and we would go out, party, drink alcohol, and yeah, just party, woo! So I graduated in 2010, 4 years later, and it was one of the happiest moments of my life, not only because I graduated, but because I didn't have to study anymore. So near the time I graduated, I also started a blog called Stylesuzi.com, and this is where I got to meet a lot of you guys, talk to you guys, and it opened up a whole world of opportunities for me. And this automatically led to doing YouTube videos. After seeing a few YouTube videos on the internet, I decided I wanted to give it a go myself, and yeah, so that's where it started. So 3 weeks after graduating, I got my first job as a junior fashion designer. It was really cool because I got to design leather jackets for people like ASOS, Debenhams and Miss Selfridge, but at the same time I hated my job because I was working with some really, let's put it this way, not so nice people. So in 2011, I got my second job with ferry.co.uk, and that was all thanks to you guys because it was a competition and you guys voted for me to get through to the finals, and I am forever grateful for that. And obviously I loved that job and I thought it was super cool. So on the 23rd of August 2012, it was Tommy's birthday, and I decided to throw him a surprise birthday party with all his friends, and yeah, I was super proud of myself for organising that. But it turned around that he surprised me back by proposing to me in front of all his friends, and yes, obviously I said yes. I was super happy and I felt really grown up, and I think that was the point in my life where I was thinking, shit, I'm actually getting old. So at the beginning of 2013, me and Tommy bought our first house, and we are super happy and we are very content with what we have right now. I also got a new doggy called Coco, and I love her very much. So this is the story of my life. I'm very happy and content with everything I have right now, and yeah, I'm not sure what the future may hold. That's I really don't know. I owe a big part of my life to YouTube and to you guys, and without YouTube and without all you guys as subscribers, I wouldn't be where I am today. YouTube has allowed me to meet a lot of you guys from all around the world, and I'm very grateful for that. So thanks for watching my video guys. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, and goodbye.